The daily driver struggles. Had to take out my back seat just so I could slide these boards in. Oh, hopefully it stays together. So this video starts off with me, like other videos, being bored. Not knowing what I can do in my car because I just don't have the money or the funds right now. I decided maybe it's time that I try to spruce up the garage. So I got in my garage and I cleaned it up. It's not the biggest garage, but you know, I very much am thankful for it. Cleaned up the garage and I soon decided that I do not have a workbench. I'm tired of working on the ground, and so therefore I decided I should get a workbench. So I Googled one and realized they are way too expensive. I was just looking for a simple workbench and they were coming out to like $300 or something simple. And they seemed like they were built well, but honestly, I didn't want to spend $300. So after thinking about it, I was like, why don't I just make my own? Now, I'm not a carpenter or anything. I mostly just work on cars because pretty straightforward and I just like to do it as my hobby. But I was like, if I can work on my Chevelle, I think I can put together a basic workbench. So I headed off to Home Depot. So when I got to Home Depot, like I said, I was trying to keep this in mind of being a very basic table. So all I did was buy 5 2x4s. And then I decided, okay, I needed a top. My original, I was looking around and I found these like thin boards. They were way too big. I was like, I'm not making a table out of that. I kept looking around, ended up stumbling upon this plywood here. I was like, that's a perfect size for a table. So I grabbed that, 5 2x4s, headed out. I think all around it cost me $60, but at the end of this project, I only need 4 2x4s. I didn't need the fifth one. So I think it's around $55 for this table altogether. Some things that I already had that I didn't buy while I was there was obviously the saw, the tape measure, and the screws. I already had those, so if you added in those, this table probably, the saw is going to be the most, probably like $30 or something. You probably make this table for maybe like $80 or something, because screws aren't that much, and use a tape measure. So I first started with just measuring out the frame. I took the 2x4s and I just measured out the lengths of each side of the plywood. Once I did that, I just it actually ended up being the same size on the other end, so I just grabbed them both and put them on one on each side. So after I got the two main sides cut out, I decided that, all right, I need to drill them in. Since this is going to be the top of the board where you could see the screws, I tried to mostly get them aligned to where it looks neat. So I just simply measured out, I think, 1 inch by inch away from the edges, while also like being centered with on the 2x4. So I drilled in, I think, 3 screws on each side, starting off. I may have done more on the continuing on, but that's how I started off. All right, so the first part's done. We got our base down for this cheap table. Put these two 2x4s here, cut them in half, and it pretty much made a perfect length. I put 4 screws, 1 foot apart, 5. 1 foot apart on each side, and then now we're going to move on to this side, the ends, and then we'll move on to the legs. So after the main ends are done, I started working on the other side. Same process. Measured them out and cut them out. Once I cut them out, just same thing as before, screwed them in and just created a basic frame for the actual table part to connect to. finished. Let's see if it works. I need to start.
Wow! Oh my gosh! Whoa! Dang! Look at that.
This is so bad. Alright. So yeah, I definitely need to add some like things to it. It's not even. Look at the. That's not even close. Well, time to burn it.
Yeah. You tried.
This isn't even close, dude.
It's not that bad. I mean, you got cheap wood. What do you expect?
Back here doesn't seem that bad. Okay, so as you can see, it did not come out the way I wanted it to. Once again, this is my first time making anything really, I guess, with wood, and not that impressed. But it's okay, I didn't give up. I decided, hey, I'm gonna make some braces and see how they come out. And so essentially I kind of wedged two 2x4 braces at the bottom. It supported the wobbliness, I guess. It connected it to make it more square, and sure enough, that was a huge improvement. So overall, was it professional? No. Was it mine? Yes. I had a ton of fun making this, and it was pretty cheap. It only cost me, like I said, not that much to make, and it took me only maybe about a couple hours. My wife was there just helping me out, accompanying me, and overall, I'm pretty excited about this because I actually have a place to kind of put anything or anything that I'm working on. I'm not just kind of like fidgeting with it on the floor. I can actually kind of put it on the table. For example, I kind of really want to start into like wire soldering and stuff, and it would really help me out if I had a place to kind of rest my arms and do that. So overall, super happy about this and can't wait to build some more stuff.